Hi guys, this is Valentina Palladino for Ars Technica, and today I'm here with one of HP's newest laptops. This is the Elitebook x360. So this was announced at around CES time this year in early January. And the Elitebook line is HP's kind of workplace premium line of notebooks, but with this specific design, now we have it in a convertible form. So the x360 combining the portability and flexibility of a convertible with a design and a lot of the usability of a workplace laptop. So this is really geared toward working professionals that are not just working in an office anymore. HP has made the Elitebook x360 for those types of people. So just like with any of HP's business notebooks, this can be fully customizable, fully changeable to meet your needs, whether you're a business buying this for your employees or you're just buying this for yourself. Our model is about $1,900. I've been spending a little bit of time with it for the past couple of days, so let's get into some of the good things and the bad things about the Elitebook x360. So the first good thing about the x360 is its design. So we've seen a lot of the Spectre x360s before, and this kind of combines the flexibility of those devices with the business aspects of the Elitebook range. And I really like it. I always really liked the convertibles. They're, pretty trendy right now. Everyone's trying to make as many convertibles as possible and to suit everybody's different needs. Specifically for Elitebook users or workers or working professionals, I really like the 360 or convertible design because it gives you a lot of freedom to do whatever you want, whatever you might be doing. And if you're doing a lot of presentations, you can kind of present it here in this mode if you're doing it in a little bit more of an intimate setting, or you can just kind of flip it down into tablet mode. And with the active pen that HP has, our model includes it, some of them don't. You can kind of use the active pen to sketch out things, take screenshots, edit things, mark things up. So it really gives you a lot of room to wiggle and do different types of work. In general, I really like this design. I think it's a good update to the Elitebook series to include a convertible. And it's a purposeful update. It's really going to help workers of all different types of professions. And just the design itself is really nice. This is what HP calls an asteroid silver finish. It's got this satin finish here and diamond cut accents, a really comfortable keyboard, full-size keyboard. There's no gimmicks with the keyboard at all in terms of smaller keys or missing keys or replaced keys in a way. So it's very comfortable to type on. And overall, it's just a really sleek, really professional looking notebook. Another good thing about the Elitebook x360 is that you have a lot of privacy and protection options. And one of them is just complete Windows Hello usage. So this has an IR camera with the webcam right up here. And you can also add a fingerprint sensor, which would be right down here on the keyboard deck. Our model has both. And when you kind of boot up the notebook, I have my facial recognition on, so within seconds it unlocks the screen and I'm ready to work. And there are also other options. I set up a password, a PIN number, and I did the fingerprint sensor and the Windows Hello IR camera option. So I have a ton of different privacy settings on here, at least to unlock and lock the notebook. And then HP also gives you a lot of options that they provide to protect this type of notebook. One of them, which is not on our model, it's called HP SureView. So SureView will kind of limit the field of view that anybody can see your screen from. So if I'm looking at the screen right now, I'll have a 35-degree field of view in terms of how I can move around the screen. So when you're working, I'm just going to be looking straight at the screen. Typically, I'm not going to be working like this, So I'll be able to see everything that's on my screen just fine. But with SureView on, anybody to the right or to the left of you won't be able to see what's on your screen because it'll kind of boost the brightness for them, so they won't really be able to see anything that's on your display. And you can also adjust the brightness for yourself even when SureView is turned on, but still be protected on either side from prying eyes. So another cool security feature that HP added to this is an app that you can download called HP WorkWise right here. So let's say you step out of range and you're not near the Elitebook x360. If somebody tries to mess with your device, you will get a notification using HP WorkWise. So the app is connected to your smartphone, you downloaded it, but it's also connected to the notebook via Bluetooth. So when you were to walk out of range or you're not in the same Wi-Fi network anymore, the Elitebook x360 will lock automatically. So you have that feature already. But if somebody were to mess with your stuff, you'll get notifications like this, where it says the device moved significantly. So something happened, somebody moved it, somebody touched it, you may not know until you get back there, or the lid has been closed. So there are a bunch of different tamper options that you can choose to get notifications for using HP WorkWise. So when you go into the app, you can see I have 3 tamper notifications. So you can tap that and you just see what I got in my regular iPhone notifications. It tells you the time and everything like that. So it's really nice to have this on any sort of notebook, because I've had things taken from me where I just walk away for a second and they're gone, and you never want to have that happen to you. It's the worst feeling, especially if it's a work device. Another good thing about the Elitebook x360 is its battery life. So HP touted that this would get about 16.5 hours on a single charge. That's not quite what we got. We're not totally done with our battery testing yet, but as it stands right now, the Elitebook x360 has lasted on our default test about 12.5 hours on a single charge. So that's still pretty good. It's not the greatest. I believe it was the Dell XPS 13 convertible that lasted about 14 hours on a single charge. So it's not the best, but it'll certainly get you through a regular workday or even an extra long workday. If you're traveling or whatnot, you'll be able to use the Elitebook x360 for much longer than you would a regular laptop. So now on to the bad things about the Elitebook x360. This is just kind of a preference thing, really. So on the ports here, you have just one USB Type-C Thunderbolt 3 port. And you have 2, where they're one on this side and one on this side, USB Type-A 3.0 ports. So I understand the reasoning behind this, but I would have preferred 2 Thunderbolt 3 USB Type-C ports like HP's Elitebook Folio G1 has, just because that's the way that the industry is going, and it would be nice to have 2 of those ports to kind of increase the longevity of this notebook in a way, so you're not kind of fiddling around with dongles or anything like that. Now I know that having 2 USB 3.0 ports is pretty useful, especially if you're in a work setting, if you have some sort of USB accessory that you want to connect, like a mouse, if it's not Bluetooth. But I think that it would be better to have, or at least in my situation, I would prefer to have 2 USB Type-C ports, both being Thunderbolt 3 capable. But otherwise, there's a decent array of ports on the Elitebook x360. You have, like I said, you have one USB 3.0 Type-A port over here. You have the headphone, the audio jack combo, and you also have a smart card reader on this side as well. And then you have the other USB Type-A port over here, a full-size HDMI port, the Thunderbolt 3 port, and a lock, and a micro SD card slot right there. HP did also include in the box a proprietary charging cable, so this is that little circular port, although you can charge the notebook using the Thunderbolt 3 port as well. I think HP's reasoning behind that is that a lot of people already have those kind of brick chargers, so they wanted their users to be able to switch pretty easily if they wanted to buy an Elitebook x360. Personally, I would like to just use the Thunderbolt 3 port to do that if possible, but it is pretty convenient if you already have a brick charger. Another not so great thing about the Elitebook x360 is that the pen that this model comes with, this is the active pen that is compatible with this Elitebook. It takes a battery, it takes a quadruple A battery, so you will have to change it every once in a while. I do prefer pens that don't take a battery at all, so you never really have to worry about whether or not they're charged or if it's going to die on you after you use it for so long. I'm not a huge Stylus user, but this is a pretty good one. I didn't experience a lot of latency with this, so the writing experience is pretty good, but I do wish that it didn't take battery. And the last not so great thing about the Elitebook x360 is that it has these little function keys up here that are meant for video conferencing, specifically Skype for Business. Now you have your screen share button over here, an answer and end call buttons here, and also a mute button. And the unfortunate thing is that they're really only optimized for Skype. They're not guaranteed to work in other video conferencing or video call apps. So if you use Skype for Business or Skype in general, these will be really handy for you, but if you use some sort of other video conferencing app, you might not be able to get the most out of these keys, and they'll just kind of be taking up space on the keyboard deck. Overall, my time with the Elitebook x360 has been a really great one. I love the design of this. It's pretty lightweight. I love that it can flip around and be, a tablet and a tent and a laptop all in one. So I really like this device. I also really love the keyboard. It's the full-size keyboard, makes the typing experience really great. And that's really those big features, the typing experience, the display. This is a 13.3-inch FHD display, which is very nice. It does come with a 4K option, although we do not have that one. So you can kind of customize this how you want with those big features. I think overall this is a really good productivity device, and having that convertible aspect to it is a really thoughtful and purposeful update to the Elitebook line.